Good morning, everybody. Orange J here with a channel update video, and I have some kind of exciting news, or at least some news I'm fairly excited to share with you guys about this channel, about a potential another channel, gacha games, JRPGs, just kind of all of that stuff. This is going to be very much sort of one of those weekend update type of videos, but it's coming on a Monday night as my life goes through the shift into adjusting to War of the Vision schedule, because no, this is not a video announcing that I'm quitting War of the Visions or anything like that. That game is just a part of my life at this point. It is a part of my everyday routine, and I'm probably riding that train all the way to the finish line. So there's no even like fear of me quitting War of the Visions before that game goes end of service, which that's probably years away if I was making a real guess. No, this is going to be about other things that I've covered on the channel. I want to start with Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, and I'm going to eventually lead into an announcement that I feel is well timed, and an announcement that I hope I have some success with, but we'll get there. First of all, Ever Crisis. So when we were in the middle of moving and I was taking my break from doing like content every day, I was keeping up with War of the Visions, which I was enjoying, you know, talking to my guildmates. It's honestly more like reading discords and responding to messages and all of that. I enjoyed it all. On the War of the Vision side, like a lot of those people are people I've known for a really long time. Like you want to use the word friend, and that you use that word, I guess, kind of loosely because it's just people that you know on the internet. But the truth is, I've become close to a lot of them. I value their opinion on things, and I enjoyed the aura of friendship. What? I just made that up. That's not a thing. It sounds like a buff that a bard would have in some like cheesy MMO game. But either way, I value those relationships, and I was excited to come back to War of the Visions as a content creator. Ever Crisis, the other game I was covering at the time, I ended up taking a week off of the game right about the time the Halloween event was going on. And during that week off, I realized I just wasn't excited to come back to the game. And you know, when you have that feeling, there's this part of being a gamer or a person where when you quit something, you look for all these like reasons why you're quitting, and like, is the game bad? Is it just like, what's the problem with the game? Why would I not want to play it? And the truth is, Ever Crisis just felt like a single player RPG to me, and I had felt like I'd played it out. At this point, all I was doing is grinding, and I understand, like, actually value that in games, but I already have War of the Visions, which I liked better than Ever Crisis, and there's plenty of grinding to do in War of the Visions, or at least plenty of that, like, progression that happens in RPGs that I crave somehow. Like, maybe it's an addiction, I don't know, but I crave that like constant account progress, right? Well, I'm already getting that. And it turns out that like when I went back and started playing and covering Ever Crisis again for like 1 to 2 days, it felt purely like work. And I realized the only reason I was still playing the game was to make videos on the channel, because I get comments sometimes, and I used to, and I'll get into this, I used to hate on some content creators, not specifically, but just generically, who would like kind of bounce from game to game. And I always felt like, oh man, they're like not being loyal. And I still do feel like if you're a creator that just goes to launches all the time, hey, I get that those are the best times to cover games in terms of views, but that's not the kind of channel I wanted to have. Still, I realized like I played Honkai Star Rail for a while, quit, and now I've played Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis for a while, wasn't enjoying it anymore, and if I'm not enjoying a game, I don't have time or energy in my life to play it, and so I quit, and I realized like, man, am I just bouncing from game to game? Kind of, maybe I am, at least as far as the second game that I'm covering on this channel. And the truth is, keeping up with 2 gacha games at once when you like have a family, a job, a lot of other, you know, real life obligations, was just a little bit too much work to force myself to do it. Now, that being said, if another gacha game comes along, like a Zenless Zone Zero, for example, if I can get into that beta, that game looks pretty cool, and it could be another game that I cover for a few months, and you never know if another game will just supersede War of the Visions in terms of like game I like the most, but I've yet to find that in another gacha game. And so here we are. Like, I'm gonna not probably be making Ever Crisis videos for a while. There was a part of me a couple days ago that wanted to get back into Honkai Star Rail, and I booted up my accounts, and there's this thing about me and RPGs, right? Especially single player games, where I turn it back on and I'm like, okay, what was I doing? Where am I with this account? I don't remember. Like, what was the last thing I was working on? I don't remember. And so I have this desire to like start over. So I created a new account. I started the game up again, and that game is just not gonna work for another playthrough right now. You can't skip the cutscenes, and I need to be able to skip the cutscenes if I'm gonna play through another run of Honkai Star Rail. I think it's an awesome game. I would like to try out the new characters. I would like to experience a story I haven't gotten to yet, but I want to ramp back into it, and I would like it. Basically, I'll play Honkai Star Rail again as soon as they allow me to skip cutscenes. If that's not in the game, no dice. And as far as Ever Crisis goes, I do want to revisit Ever Crisis at some point in the future when the Steam client comes out, because my goodness, it has been a pain for me to get an emulator to consistently run that game. And I have a beast of a PC, and a bunch of people were always telling me their emulator specs that they used, and I would try them. They wouldn't work for me. I just had a nightmare of a time. I hate playing games on my phone. I especially hate playing games on my phone when I'm like broadcasting them or recording it. And my God, Ever Crisis drains your battery. It drains your battery. So that's kind of my timeline there with those two things. I'm going to play Honkai Star Rail again at some point in the future. I need the ability to skip through things that I've already seen. Gotta have that. And then with Ever Crisis, I probably revisit that game when the PC client, the Steam client that they announced they're working on, drops. So there's that. That's kind of the update of what's going on my main channel. As far as an announcement goes, I picked up Star Ocean 2, the like remake that just came out, and I realized while I was playing through that that game is a masterpiece of a game. Like, you want to talk about a remake that they did a good job with? That remake is pristine. Like, it is so well remade. The backgrounds, like the new modernized backgrounds and the like pixels that are running around, they blend together pretty dang well, and it adds a lot to the game to play it in like 4K. There's just a lot going on with that game. I didn't play it the first time. This is not a game. The first Star Ocean game I played was Till the End of Time. Played through that like 2 or 3 times, and I've played all the ones since then. Some of them good, some of them not so good. This one feels like, well, it feels like the reason a lot of people consider it their favorite is legit. So I'm playing that, and I was thinking, man, I'd like to make content for this game, because I was looking through other YouTube videos when I was trying to like figure out how to do some things in the game, and I realized, like, you know what, I could make these videos, and maybe I'll make a separate channel where I cover regular games, not gacha games, but, you know, just like RPGs, JRPGs, whatever game I'm playing on the side, just make as much content for it as I feel like making, put it out there, and then when I play another game, new playlist, put that out there, because it's not something I can't cover it on my gacha gaming channel. I've tried in the past, but the way the YouTube algorithm works, it will just crush it, because most of the people who watch this channel are watching it for the gacha games that I play. Some of y'all out there, in fact, a lot of you all out there, I think watch who've been watching forever, probably feel like you're a part of some community where we have again, that community thing I bring up, and you guys are like heroes to me. I love y'all who've been here the whole time. You guys are awesome, and I want to keep this channel what it's meant to be, and I probably will cover more gacha games in the future. And so this channel needs to become a gacha focused channel, and then I think I make a new channel for covering regular RPGs. I've never truly given that a shot before. I want to truly give it a shot now. Do I have time? Oh, excuse me, just choked on my own saliva. That's pro move. Anyway, I'll forget to edit that out of the video. Just you watch. Anyhow, do I have time in my life for this? Probably not, but I'm not somebody who likes to take time off. I hate taking breaks. I hate it. I don't like spending time doing nothing. And something about being a content creator has kind of ruined me for just playing video games and not producing content for them. I can't help but to see the games that I'm playing through the lens of a content creator, not just a player of the game. I enjoy the content. I enjoy making videos. The whole process of it I like. So I need to figure out a way for these other games that I'm playing on the side to roll out some content for. And that's kind of the announcement. This is something that I've been chewing on for a couple of days. And so one of the big reasons I'm making this video is I know some of you guys will watch it and some of you will watch the whole thing. And I would love to hear what you think about all of that. If you have any thoughts, criticisms, anything that you want to add to that, I would love to know, because it's a little scary to start a new YouTube channel when you've worked so hard on one. The idea of starting over at zero is a little bit intimidating. Now, I wouldn't truly be starting over at zero because I could post the videos to my Discord. I'm sure I could find ways to like boost the subscriber rate to that channel to like 1-2K without too much of an issue. But yeah, ooh, it's scary. So I just wanted to talk to you guys about that. It's not a live conversation, obviously, because I'm going to say everything and then you're going to type something, and that's the way we're going to communicate with this. But, you know, it's just a kind of a stream of thought video like I used to make on the weekends. Maybe I'll even call this a weekend update Monday edition video. Anyway, there we go. That's kind of my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. That Star Ocean game will be the first one I make content for because I'm loving it and I want to play it, but the way my life is right now, if I'm playing a video game, it needs to be content focused. It would not cut into my War of the Visions content at all. I got that. I mean, like, that content won't change. It just won't. But having another channel might be fun. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Have a good one. I'll catch you next time. Peace.